everyone. Welcome to another episode of Stardom Review, a bi-weekly, now weekly, temporarily weekly review where we review the Stardom Wrestling company, I guess, in Japan. I am your Melball. That is your Andre over there. Andre, how are we doing today?
I'm doing absolutely phenomenal. I've had a very busy week, but got to watch some great Stardom. Missed a few matches from these cards that I had to skip a couple just for life got in the way, but I watched the most important matches we needed to watch. Got the endings for a bunch of others, so I had a great time watching professional wrestling right these last little while, and we come to an end of this tag league, this wonderful Goddess of Stardom tag league.
What a ride this has been for us, and this being our first tournament that we've gone through with the Goddess of Stardom tournament together.
Oh, I was gonna say,
together.
I thought you meant our first Stardom. I was gonna be like, isn't this the second?
Our first Stardom tournament together.
Well, second Stardom because we had the 5-star, but yeah.
Our first Goddess of Stardom tournament.
Yeah.
Come on, let me get the sentence out. This is the first tournament that we've gone through like this together, and man, what a ride it has been! And to go and turn and hand in hand with the NJPW World Tag League, the Super Junior Tag League as well, we have been subjected to some incredible tag team wrestling this last little while. Without further ado, I think we should get in to the matches that we are talking about, my friend, because this was an incredible final. I want to get to it, so let's talk about it.
All right, so yeah, the 12th annual Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Tournament, and we have said this whole tournament has been absolutely phenomenal. There has not been a show that has disappointed me, and these last two nights did not disappoint me. So we start on the December 3rd show, the second to final night of the tournament, and we start in the Red Goddess division with their first match of the night, Peach Rock taking on Oedota's Black Desire, which is Mayu Iwatani and Momo Kogo taking on Momo Watanabe and Starlight Kid. So I write a lot of shorthand. I'll use like the shortest part of everybody's name or a short little nickname, or like Starlight Kid I write SLK for. For this match, I actually had to write Kogo and Watanabe. And Watanabe is much longer. And I'm like, oh, more typing. It just, when it's shorthand, it makes everything easier, right? So it's just like, oh, I got to write their full names in this one because there's two Momos. But I had a great time watching this match. All these teams were both these teams were so good. And Black Desire has really made a comeback in these later shows to really bring themselves back into contention, to get themselves close to being still relevant in the tournament. But like great spot. There's the sorry, I pull up. There's there's a double. Where the heck is it? I can't remember it. I'm looking at my notes, but it's just hard to find. Oh yeah, there was a spot. Momo Kogo got the double. They got the drop kick, and was it to Starlight Kid, and they end up double 619ing Starlight Kid. In the ropes. I love it when they do the double 619. I find it very impressive that they don't end up like tangling up with each other, like with their feet. It's like to connect the move like that. Yeah. It was actually a really nice Momoko hit a really nice Acai DDT, or the standing sliced bread, assisted by Mayu Iwatani. Like very good. Not quite at the level of Robbie Eagles, but getting there. But yeah. In the end, Momo Watanabe hit the Uranagi onto Kogo, and Starlight Kid gets that twisting frog splash, but only gets two. So she headed up to the top rope, hit the top rope moonsault, and gets the win. Black Desire gains another 2 points and trying to keep themselves relevant in this tournament.
You know what? I don't know that I actually took notes for this one. I'm not finding them in my notes. I'm not going to comment on something that I can't find the notes on, but I'm just going to take your word for it that this was a good match. I haven't been feeling well the last couple of days, so again, I'm not really recalling anything particular from this match, so that's probably a good thing. That probably means it was a reasonably good match and probably not a crappy one.
Yeah, because unless like something spectacular happens on the good, the good, it's in there somewhere, but it's hard to find. But when it's bad, you always remember the bad. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely great match. And Peatrock getting off to a bad start on their night because they still have a second match to go on this show. So already 0-1 on the night, which ain't great. So we move on to the Blue Goddess division. You have the team of My Hemis, Maika, and Himeka taking on the team of Waka Wild. Waka Sweet. I can't. How that guy? I can't.
Yama.
Waka Skama. I still don't agree with that.
That was good. That was perfect.
I don't agree with that. And Saki. Really good match. Waka again. I think it's just the story of this team. Waka is the one in there for 85% of the match for her team. She's really working, and Saki is the one making the saves a lot. She's really saving Waka in a lot of this stuff. Great spot with Himeka getting the rising knee strike to Waka and just smashing in the face, and then just pulls this like that high angle Boston Crab, and then transitioning into the single leg. I really like the smoothness of how she does it because that high angle Boston Crab is really late. Then she just like drops down nicely into the single leg. It's a very smooth transition. Himeka with a great torture rack, but Saki ended up breaking it up, and Waka got a beautiful bridging tiger suplex for 2 on that. Very smooth, very smooth. Like you see people hitting like, especially a bridging tiger, they don't always land. Like your opponent, when they land, they sometimes roll because they're landing on their shoulders and upper back. They sometimes land and kind of turn, but to keep her like steady in that bridge looked really, really good on both ladies in that one. In the end, Himeka got the high angle Boston Crab into the single leg crab. It was on Waka, and then went back into the high angle crab again. Like she was in the single leg crab, then pulled her back up, and then got her back into that high angle crab where she's like standing, half standing, and like really like she like Waka's like the Waka's like in like an angle like this. It's kind of insane. And Waka ended up tapping out to give the win to My Hemi to put them in a very strong position going into the final night.
Not going to complain about that. Of course, My Hemi, Maika, my girl crush within Stardom. But you're absolutely right. The story in this was definitely, I feel, the story between Waka and Saki, that kind of, as I always have been saying, that mother-daughter or sister-sister kind of camaraderie that the two of them have been using, where Waka's just giving her all. It's just not quite enough, and then Saki kind of comes in, and that was enough it needed. Very, very fun match. I do appreciate the ending, as you said, with the crabs. I do find that Ami does a very
with the
good
crabs.
No, don't even go there. Don't take that sentence there. Andre, look at these women. They don't have enough hair. Moving on. Let's get on to the next match. This was a good match. We'll get away from the crabs.
Oh, come on, Mel. You knew I was going to say something.
You're the one who said it. I'm the one who was referring to the
You knew I was going to say something. Come on. So we move back to the Blue Goddess division and the team of O2 line, Azumi and Miyu. I can't remember the last name right now. I don't have it written down. In the
Amasaki.
Miyu Amasaki. Sorry. Usually I have it above, but I only wrote the team names. Taking on 7-Up's Nanae Takahashi and Yu. Absolutely phenomenal match. Again, we said this before. We haven't been super impressed with Nanae when she's in return. Again, and she's been fine. Like again, I'm not saying she's bad. Like I just when she had her match with Syuri, I was very underwhelmed by the two of them. So when she entered this tag league and joined up with you, I really was really impressed by both these women and the absolute beasts that they are, and what both these women can do for, especially you, for as big as she is, what she actually can do is kind of incredible. There was a beautiful La Mystica by Azumi to Nanae, and then into an arm lock. Great spot. Where's that one? The move, as I'm gonna call it, you does that one where she sends their opponents to the outside, and then she jumps up and splashes herself onto the mat and then rolls. I'm just calling it the rollout, just because it reminds me of a Pokemon move.
Oh,
the rollout.
that's nicer than what
Pokemon
I've been
move.
calling it. I've been calling it a rolling pin because that's what it looks like.
I just call it the rollout because it just made me think of the rollout in Pokemon. So, but yeah, and she just rolls out onto them on the outside, just like landing right on top, like just kind of just rolls across the ring with them right up the apron, and then just falls on them. It's a move that shouldn't be wildly impressive, but I love it every time I see it, just because it's like, oh, because she literally, like, even from the apron falling onto these girls on the floor, that's still a big girl coming crashing down on you, and it's like, oh Jesus. But yeah, the cannonballs from you in this, absolutely phenomenal. You was I think the big part of her team in this match. Nanae was in there for a good bit, but you was in there majority of it. In the end, you hit the second rope splash onto Miyu and got the win. But I think the big reveal coming after this was actually Hikaru Shimizu coming out to challenge Azumi after the match for the next high-speed title championship match, and she did accept. There was a weird spot where the girl says she will make her feel the winds of Mexico, because I guess she was been on excursion in Mexico.
Oh.
And then they do a bit of a dodge, like going for moves and dodging each other's moves, and yeah, I was just. Yeah, because she worked in Mexico for a while. I don't know. But yeah, she's going to be the next challenger. And that was announced for the December 29th Stardom Dream. I can't remember what the hell it's called again. I literally have it written down somewhere.
I don't remember either.
The Stardom Dream Queendom show, the final big show of the year.
Interesting.
Yeah, Stardom Dream Queendom. That's the name of the show. We'll go over it at the end of the show. Don't worry, because we gotta make an announcement about that one too. So, yeah. So that this again, and great match. And then I like seeing that we have her challenger already set up for Queendom. I think it's a great spot to be in. So,
100%.
Oh, sorry. Before we go on, do you have anything, Mel, on this one? I apologize.
I don't have a lot to add. Actually, you did take a lot of the stuff that I do have about this. I am excited about the high speed championship match coming out of this, just because it's been a bit since we've seen a good high speed one-on-one championship match, just because we have been dealing a lot with the tournament. She has done like 4 fatal 4-way challenges and stuff like that, but I'm really hungering for a good one-on-one match for her, and I think this will be the best one to showcase not just Azumi but the other girl as well.
Very much so. Again, I think she's returning at this point, because I have yet to see her on any card, and I'm not. And again, I've only been watching since the summer. But I have yet to see her on a card, so I'm not familiar with this. I think she's only returning from Mexico or wherever she's been now to face her in this match. Yeah. So the next match
is. I recognized either, and I've been watching for almost a year now, so maybe she was on excursion at that point.
Could be. Next match in the of the night, in the Red Goddess division, you have Metal Tier taking, which is Natsupoi and Tam Nakano taking on in their second match of the night, Peach Rock, Maika, and Momokogo. Peach Rock, I think, did the smartest thing they could do and attack right off the hop. Like, as it's really that they need. I think they needed that, in my personal opinion, because they're already weakened, they're already tired. They need to attack off the hop. I've got a couple of weird. There's one paragraph, so I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm thinking of. Nat gets the camel clutch on Momo and then starts biting her arm. She's like gnawing on it. And then the rest of the ref admonishes her for it, so she goes back to the camel clutch, and then she starts gnawing on the top of Kogo's head, like right up here. I'm just like,
Andre, when you're hungry, man.
But I've never been hungry enough to try to eat a person. Like, legitimately. But the way the ref, like, this is the note, the way the ref looked at Natsupoi when he was admonishing her, and the way she looks back at him, she looked at him with like such a face. It was like anger, but like cute anger.
Oh, like Tinkerbell.
Yes, but like an angry Tinkerbell. So like you can't help but go, "Aw, cute," but you go, "Oh, she might kill me." Like that's the way she looked at the referee. Like, I'm going to kill you because you won't let me eat this person. But I'm cute and happy the entire time. That is the look that
of an audio that's popular on the internet right now. That's like, oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's packing heat. That's the exact. That's perfect right there.
No, but that was the exact face that Natsupoi was making. It just took me back. I'm like, oh, that is the weirdest face. She still looked like her little happy self, but angry at the same time. And it was just like, this is weird. This is weird. But I'm just gonna go straight to the end here. Natsupoi goes up, hit the Fario gift splash onto Momo, and gets the win. So Peach Rock coming out of the night 0-2.
Not really surprised about this, unfortunately. We do have the Goddess of Stardom champions taking on the arguably, I think these guys, besides My Fair Lady, the lowest ranked team, are they not?
In the Red Goddess division, they're at 4 points. Same with We Love Tokyo Sports.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately,
Which,
that
actually, We Love Tokyo Sports is only at 2, I think, right now, according to the points. Sorry, they're at 2 right now.
two.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised terribly how this has kind of ended. I do kind of relate to what you were saying with the angry face. This is something that we have seen Natsupoi kind of sort of do sort of slightly in the past, but not so much where she's like gone like nom nom full savage on somebody. Like that's some zombie level Walking Dead stuff
but
that we don't want to ever see out of her.
For me, I just think it was the refs telling her not to, and it was her reaction to the ref telling her not to eat a person. That's what really got me.
What do you mean I can't eat other people? It's like a Venom conversation they're having right there.
Yeah. So anything else in this one?
No, I am good.
All right, we're going to move on to the next match in the Red Goddess division. We have the team of Karate Brave taking on We Love Tokyo Sports. I will admit, these are two of my least favorite tag teams in this tournament. Nothing against any of the performers. They all do tremendously well when they're wrestling and everything they do. For me personally, I am just not a huge fan of either team. I like them all in their individual situations, but overall good match. A lot of Syuri and Inaba getting a lot of their showcasing their kicks. They did that stupid karate chop thing. I'll admit the karate chop thing I hate the karate chop, but when they're doing the downward elbows, that looks actually like it would hurt somebody. The downward elbows into the shoulders, and then it's just that karate chop at the end is dumb. It's still better than the chaos. It's still better than that. I will say that 100%. It's better than the chaos.
Than the Kumbaya drums from Chaos.
Yeah, simple as that. From Goto and Yoshihashi. It's better than that.
And
but
Okada. Don't forget Okada.
And Okada. But yeah, that's why I'm calling it the chaos thing. But yeah, the end of this match though came with Syuri got a running knee straight to the face of Saki, but Saki actually kicked out. And I've seen Syuri win matches with that knee to the face, and then they end up rolling around, and Saki got a crucifix clutch on Syuri to get the surprise win out of nowhere. That is huge for Saki to pin Syuri. Like
world champion.
In my opinion, if Syuri retains her title on December 29th, which I don't think she will, because it's all about Giulia. Come on. It's very possible that Saki could get a shot at the title in the new year, being that she holds a pin over the champion. Yes, in a tag match, but it's still only a pin over the champion.
It is. It is still a pin over the champion. And it's like any team that gets a pin over Meltier. Do they technically also have that kind of attachment to the what am I trying to say? The championships. Do they have that claim to be able to go after them. And that also being said, Inaba is also the Just Tap Out champion, women's champion. Anyone who's pinned her, do they have the opportunity to potentially go over to Just Tap Out and have an opportunity to face her there? I'd like to see those opportunities personally.
I very much would too. It would be an interesting thing to see some crossover there. I would really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you got on this one, Mel?
No, except for Fukikin's makeup is just flawlessly smudge proof. I absolutely need to find out what it is that the products that she uses, because god dang,
So
a girl
message,
needs help.
we obviously know Fuki doesn't do Twitter. Come on, she's crazy. She all she yells is "We love," like "I love death" or whatever the hell she yells.
Death, Fukikin, death.
So obviously, this crazy lady isn't using Twitter. So message Saki; she can find out, and she can message you back and tell you what it is. Come on, what you gotta do? What you gotta do? Come on.
This is where I don't tell you that I actually follow Fukikin Death on Twitter.
I joke, but it's just like but I just imagine every single one of her tweets is death, Fukikin death. That's why I just imagine all her tweets.
You just gotta figure out what tone she's speaking to you in.
Yeah, I don't need to learn. But from here, we move on to the main events of the evening. It is FWC versus the New Era's. Absolutely phenomenal way to cap this night off. Man, this match was just like both these teams are absolutely phenomenal. I'm such a big fan of both of them. Double code breaker by Hazuki to both of New Era's. Like that was so cool. And sending them both to the outside. And then Hazuki hits a suicide dive onto Mirai while Koguma comes off the top onto to Amy on the floor. I was just like, it's a great sequence there. Absolutely phenomenal. That Mirai's wheelbarrow into that half Nelson slam. Mm-hmm. I love it. It's the way she does it is so smooth. It looks so good. Yeah, I absolutely love it. End of the match though. Mirai has Suzuki in a submission on the outside, and so and Amy hits a brainbuster and goes for the pin on Koguma, but Koguma reverses the pin, and they roll in like reversing the pin. Then Koguma gets the pin after taking a brainbuster. She gets the pin in the roll around and gets the win. So FWC keeping themselves alive in the blue division, or actually like. Technically, no, but
for what it was worth, yeah.
Really keeping themselves strong in this division, at least. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting to see because, like, I look at Hazuki and Koguma, I know exactly what they're capable of, but it's like what they're capable of, and when you look at them and what they're capable of, two very, very different things. To see them hold their own against the powerhouse team of the New Eras is utterly incredible, especially with Sohrei being the Wonder of Stardom champion now. That's like arguably their Intercontinental Championship, which is like their second most important championship in the company, I guess, sort of before the IWGP Women's Championship. I don't know. I don't know what the importance
technically
is
the IWGP title is a New Japan title.
Right,
which will be defended in Stardom, so it is on its own level within it's on its kind of I think it's below World. I think it would be on the level of a Wonder title within Stardom, but it's the main women's title for New Japan. That's how I look at it.
So Ami is the Wonder of Stardom's champion. So to be able to say that you
she's the future. Ami's the future Stardom champion.
Oh, right. Kamitani is the
She's got the small. She has the small white belt, remember? She has a small white belt.
You know what would help Melball a lot in this fracking situation? Change the color of the belts.
Just change the future title to like green. It would simplify everything.
Anything other than as close to white as possible so that I'm not fracking confused. Don't just tell me the faceplate's different. I need a color scheme.
It's literally a
yellow.
Smaller.
Just make it yellow. Anything.
It's a smaller belt. That's all. It's the only difference to the Wonder title.
That matters when it's around Ami Sohrei's waist.
Not at all. No, I agree with you. Not at all. I get it. But after the match, Ruaka came out and challenges Ami to a match at, I think, I think this one. I don't think this one's actually going to be at December 29th,
I think
though.
it's before, isn't
I
it?
think it's earlier because when the card I got from the Stardom website to put it together, that isn't on there as far as maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
We'll have to double check in another video.
I'll tell you if it's on the December 29th card at the end of the show when we go through that card. But yeah, so I'm bringing the bracket up there. This is the point standing as it sits. But what I'm going to do is bring you over to my notes so I can give you a little better information. You can see. So in the Red Goddess division, you have My Fair Lady with no points, We Love Tokyo Sports, Peach Rock with 4, Black Desire, and Karate Bird with 7. And they are below the elimination line, as I'm going to call it, in each division, because they are not, none of them are mathematically able to even tie the first place. So right now, you have Aphrodite, Mafia Bella, and Maltier all with mathematical chances to win this Red Goddess division. Over in the Blue Goddess division, you have, I'm sorry it's flashing. It's just something to do with it sharing. I don't know why it's doing that. It's sharing the Word document through. You have O2 Line and Waka Wild, and Wingori all with 2 points. Then you have the New Eras with 7. And as you can look at this, when you're looking at this, you'll be confused why I have FWC before the elimination line with BMI, even though they're tied for points with BMI 2000. They have losses to both BMI 2000 and 7 Up. So on the final night, whether they win, even if they won, 7 Up and BMI 2000 are facing each other. No matter what, 7 Up will get at least a point, even in a draw, and they would lose a tiebreaker to either team if that happens. So FWC is technically mathematically eliminated by tiebreakers. So they are below the elimination. And so the final 3 teams going into the final night are My Hemi, 7 Up, and BMI 2000, all with chances. And 7 Up and BMI 2000 are facing off with each other. So they hold each other's fate in their hands. So we're going to the December 4th Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Tournament Finals show. Now, this show is going to consist of tournament matches and then the finals at the end of the night. So that's a long night. That's a hard night for the 2 winning teams. So they both have to win twice in a night, or that can be tough, especially for whoever comes out of the Red Goddess, because we're coming like the 4 Blue Goddess matches happen, then the 4 Red Goddess matches, and then the main event. So it's not whoever comes out of the Red Goddess has the least amount of time available. So we go into the first match of the evening. It is Waka Wild with 2 points and O2 Line with 2 points. Both teams are mathematically eliminated. The end of this match was Miyu hits a DDT onto Waka for 2. Azumi comes in with the double stomp to the back while she's holding her in like a DDT-like position. And she gets her into while she's holding her in a pedigree position. I apologize. And then Miyu hits that leaping sit-out pedigree and gets the pin on Waka for the win. So at the end, Waka Wild with 2 points, O2 Line with 4 points. Again, this is one of the 4 matches in the card I didn't get to watch because I've been very, very busy. I watched the ones where the teams were still involved and able to win the tournament. But yeah, you could see Waka after the match getting very mad at herself for losing that. You can see her really beating herself up.
I mean, she has been perpetually beating herself up this entire tournament, but you could definitely see the disappointment on her face, specifically after this one. I want to say I did really appreciate seeing Azumi in her shorts again. I really like the gear that she wore for this particular night. It's my favorite gear. It's my favorite color scheme of hers. I really enjoyed seeing what I felt was finally a choreographed move between Saki and Waka. It's too much for me to write down at that point, but the combination of the two that they worked together was really, really nice to see, and it to me showed an evolution of their ability to work together. I did feel that Saki was definitely the powerhouse in this match. She was able to overpower Azumi pretty quickly, but Azumi not staying down long and was able to catch Saki with an armbar. After that armbar was when Cosmic Angels were not able to kind of recover from the match, which ended up seeing Miyu getting Waka into that pin. I felt that this was actually a fun match, a fun way to open the show, fun way to start everything off. Got four very capable and competent women in the ring. I felt that this was, again, a great way to start off the show.
Yeah, I thought great time. Like I love of what I watched at the end. It was just like I like the finishing sequence with that, with the DDT and then the pedigree set up and then Saki hitting the stomp while she's getting the pedigree and then doing the move. They fell. After she hit the stomp, they kind of fell down, so she got up and then hit her move. But the fact that they have a flow with it now, I think I like that. But this tag team isn't going to last. What you will find that out when we go into the December 29th card preview. So, I'll get a little preview for you there. Move on to the next match of the evening. It's Wingori with 2 points, taking on the New Eras with 7 points. Both teams are mathematically eliminated. In the end of the match came. New Eras hit the reverse Thunder Valley. It's the best way I can describe that move on Hanan, and Ami hit the Rikishi driver. Was pretty much the closest I can call that move onto Hanan and gets the win. So in the end, Wingori with 2 points and New Eras with 9 points to finish this tournament.
So I actually felt that this match was a lot of fun. At the beginning, Mirai and Hanan, just coming off of their judo match in the showcase show, it was last week before,
Something like that, yeah.
showing off their judo skills in the beginning of this, doing random throws and tosses to each other. Really appreciated that. I also want to shout out Iida. I love her posing, just her power pose. Power! I love how she called out the New Eras too. She was, Ami, power! It was absolutely funny. Her height difference, though, it makes it even more funny because Ami is quite the Amazon in Stardom. She's one of the taller girls. Mirai herself is also pretty tall. So standing in the ring with the two of them was pretty dwarfing for her. But we know that dwarfs in most folklore are pretty tough in their own respect. So something to be said about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was the double machine gun chops where Iida had both Mirai and Ami in the ring, and she was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was absolutely incredible. She starts going back at the same time. Then being caught by the New Eras, having those chops returned was a little sad. But seeing her do it on her own and at the size that she is made me very, very happy because she is so small. It is very unrealistic that she would be able to overpower the New Eras, but she was able to get them into that compromising position where she set them up for their chops. So good job, Iida. Yeah, that's all I kind of got on that, except for Ami pins Hanan.
Yeah. So again, I very much enjoyed Wingori in this thing. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Saida. I'm a little disappointed I didn't watch this match, but again, I have had a very big time constraint on my time, so I watched what I really needed to watch for these tournaments. So, yeah. So we're going to move on to the next match in the Blue Goddess division, and that is FWC Hazuki and Koguma taking on My Hemis, Maika, and Himeka. So this match, like I said, FWC is mathematically eliminated due to not being able to do tiebreakers no matter what happens in the match. So they can play spoiler here against My Hemi. Absolutely phenomenal match. They actually do the Koguma bear dance at the start. I think it was Himeka and Koguma did the dance together. I really like that. And then Himeka tries to clothesline Koguma off that, but Koguma gets a roll up on it. It's usually Koguma trying to screw somebody when she's doing the dance with them. So the fact that Himeka tried to hit her and then Koguma still got the roll up off of it, I really like. It's very Toriano, but in a better way almost. Yeah, I
was gonna say, but
I like Toriano. Don't get me wrong, but in a better way. Great time. Co-breaker by Hazuki. And then she does the face wash and running boots and the ropes to Maika. I absolutely love it. I love her her running boot into the ropes. It looks really good. I think it's only topped by Tam and Natsupoi's drop kick and running knee into the ropes. That's, I think, the only two that look better. But yeah, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Miami actually ended up clotheslining each other, and then Koguma came off the top with a beautiful high cross, sending both of Miami to the floor. And Hazuki suicide cross, like does like a suicide dive, but like as she comes out, she turns it into a cross body onto Miami onto the floor. It looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the end of the match came. Reverse Thunder Valley by Miami and get a running knee to the face of Hazuki for 2. Himeka tries for the power bomb, but Hazuki ends up pulling her down almost into like an X Factor style move, Xbox finisher, and ends up rolling up Himeka to spoil this tournament, possibly for Miami, because I think they have a win over one of the 2 teams in the finals. So if
I think it was BMI. I don't think it
I
was.
think it's BMI. So
yeah.
it depends. If a draw happens, BMI still moves on, but it's a actually technically, yeah, they're technically mathematically limited. I apologize by not being able to score a point in this match. So yeah, in the end, FWC and Miami both end up with 10 points at the end here. So we move on to the final match tonight, and it really all comes down to this.
What about me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I keep forgetting about you. My brain isn't working today. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Booger. I just want to say single leg crab by Himeka. Always a very good move for her. Both teams really utilized the tag team moves in this match quite a bit. I found that both the teams were in the ring more often than it was like single combat there. I really enjoyed Koguma with the overpowering spot against Maika and Himeka, which ended in the her little double spot stomps on the ropes.
I noted that, but I skipped over it. Yeah.
See, this is why you ask me. Maika and Hazuki had a battle of the spots there where they were just trading and reversing, trading and reversing, trading and reversing. I really, really enjoyed that spot. Himeka powerbombing Maika to do a superplex on Hazuki, I think, is one of my favorite moves because it shows, Maika's willing to take the damage if it means damaging the opposite team there. So, yeah, that's all I got for that.
Are you sure? Sure that's everything?
Yes, I'm sure now.
Are you sure?
Don't forget the next one, though, because the next one is the one I've been looking forward to for the entire freaking tournament.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just being an ass. Oh, I love it. So we move on to the next match, and this match happened. Okay, moving on to the next one.
Rude.
I'm kidding.
Rude.
Great. Dude, absolutely phenomenal match here. You have 7 up, 9 points, BMI 8 points. It all comes down to this. It's like it's absolutely phenomenal. It's the 2 powerhouse teams we have both been raving over throughout this entire tournament. Go into this. I'm going to let you break this one down, Mel. I know how much you've loved both these teams in this tournament.
I have been waiting for this match this entire tournament just simply because I wanted to see what would happen, how these women would play this. Jump start by Oedo Tai. I'm not surprised at this because of how closely Oedo Tai is comparable to House of Torture. Rina distracting the ref while Momo and Starlight Kid were able to interfere. They were able to kind of get a beat down a bit on Nanae and Miyu. To start the match, it was kind of like Tora and Nanae tying up, allowing Momo to hit her with the bat.
Right in the chest. Like,
was it in the chest?
Yeah, no, it was like she had her pulled back. Get her in the ropes.
It was different. It was another part of the match where she.
I'm pretty sure she had or almost in like a pizza, like when I talk about Hanare doing Sheamus's pizza bottom.
Yeah.
She had her pulled back like that, and she just cracked her. I bat has to be not a real aluminum bat because that would absolutely
Yeah,
cave somebody's chest in real life if you did that.
100%. That would break somebody's rib
It's still
cage
a
and
hard
their
ass bat
heart.
you're being hit with, but god damn it, still
Yeah.
doesn't look pretty.
No, Nanae took a lot of abuse in the first bit of this match. You had to interfere to save her at a few points. The flying crossbody by you, always a perfect thing, takes out everybody in its path. Um, Not quite sure how the rolling pin was supposed to go, but it looked a little awkward this time. Um, I had to note that I loved that little Waka Skyama was there protecting Ruaka's head from smashing the concrete because
Yeah.
she ended up off of the matting. So if Waka actually wasn't there, the way Ruaka's head snapped back, she probably would have actually cracked her head. So
Mm-hmm.
good save on that, Waka. Um, Tora is crazy strong. Like, I know she's strong, but like she's kind of crazy strong. The things that she was able to do to both Nanae and you was just incredible. She did not back down from you one bit.
No.
I felt that Ruaka and Nanae's part at the end of this match was absolutely incredible. I say that because I felt the more I watch you, the more I kind of have an interesting perspective on her, if you'll indulge me. She has this superior respect in the ring. And when I say that, I don't mean that she's arrogant or egotistical in any way. I mean that she has this you get what you give to her mentality in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
it seems. So if she doesn't feel that you are giving her 100%, she is not going to give you 100%. She's just going to kick the crap out of you. And I felt with how she interacted with Tora versus how she interacted with Ruaka showed a difference in this. I felt that she was less understanding with Ruaka. I feel she was a little bit more not reckless, but like a little bit meaner to her. She hit her a little bit harder. She kind of was teaching her the ropes a little bit more. Whereas Tora, it was a very meeting on the same level of respect kind of thing. So I felt
Yeah.
that she was interacting with her a little differently throughout the match. I personally don't feel that this is a problem though, because these wrestlers got to learn. And despite Ruaka being an amazing talent, there's probably something that she was doing with you that pissed her off that made her react that certain way, maybe. We have seen you react this way kind of throughout the tournament a little bit, maybe a little bit more with like Petrock or even Kawaga
Yeah.
Wild towards Waka. So that's something that I kind of noted in her. Again, I don't think it's a problem. I think it is actually a very, very good quality for her to have. I just maybe don't want to see it as predominant in the match. That being said, I am also pissed off that the referee didn't disqualify Oedo Tai after watching them interfere, hit you with the freaking box, like right in front of the ref. I'm like, yo. It's
Yeah.
one thing if you're being distracted. You're literally watching them going, what are you doing? Disqualify them. Hello.
Yep.
However, Nanae pinned Ruaka not after one, but two splashes to pick up those 2 points for that win. This match was incredible, Andre. What did you think?
I thought absolutely phenomenal. Like I was looking forward to seeing these two powerhouse teams just smash into each other. The fact that Raka got you up for that FU to set up the FU tree slam combo and then doing their swanton and splash combo thing. Just the power on that girl is insanity, man. But yeah, the blatant cheating that really got me. I was just like I literally wrote Oedo Tai blatantly cheating in front of the ref, but Nanae got the case and smashed Oedo Tai with the case in front of the ref and stacked him in the corner so you can cannonball. So in reality, I guess the ref let it go because both teams cheated. Because Nanae did hit people with the case, not just the way to I guess she didn't really hit. She hit the interferes with the case. So that's not really cheating in the end, but
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, it was just I was very annoyed by it. But yeah, in the end, yeah, 7-Up picking up the win. 7-Up moving to 11 points to take the Blue Goddess division.
And we called it. We called
Mhm.
it. We
So
knew that they were going to be taking that one.
we were saying it was I think we both said it's going to be BMI 2000 or 7-Up out of this division. I think we were saying that. I think that's like it's really been dominant. So we move on to the Red Goddess division finals. It is My Fair Lady with 0 points taking on Karate Blade with 7. Both are mathematically eliminated. The finish of the match came. Lady C gets a spin out powerbomb onto Syuri, but Syuri comes back with a kick to the head for 2. Karate Babe then hit the sandwich kicks, and Syuri hits a beautiful buzzsaw kick to the head of Lady C, and Karate Brave gets the win. So sadly, I was really kind of hoping that maybe Lady C or my Sakurai was going to pin Inaba in this just to give him 2 points because they only played the people kind of not getting along for like maybe their first or 2 matches maybe, and then they seemed to really gel after that. So the fact that My Fair Lady came up with 0 points and Karate Babe went with 9, I was a little disappointed by that. Just I don't like seeing a team who have generally prominent members of their team not get any points at all. Like even looking at the New Japan tag league we've been watching, I still think House Torture should have got a lead. They've got 2 points in this tournament, and they should at least get that. Like, you know what I mean? No team should be left with 0 wins.
We'll look at Alex Coughlin and Gabe Kidd.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect example. They're exactly like my Sakurai and Lady C. You know, just come off of excursion. They're no longer the young boys. They have a team now. They have a function. They even have 2 points. They have a win.
Yeah. And so, I just, you could have given maybe over a Peach Rock or somebody like, or we love Tokyo Sports. I don't know, like just give them a win off of somebody because give them a win off of Peach Rock earlier and give them a win off of We Love Tokyo Sports. Yeah, We Love Tokyo Sports ends up with 2 points, or Peach Rock only ends up with 2 points. Whatever, give them a win, and that just bothered me in my opinion.
It's like whatever. Saki still has a pin over Syuri, like,
or just let her pin Inaba. Like let these 2 pin Inaba. Like it doesn't even have to pin Syuri. Just let him pin Inaba, who technically it won't affect anything.
Yeah, and something I noted in this was that I felt that Lady C and my Sakurai, I don't want to say they were outmatched, but I definitely feel that there was a temperament difference in Karate Brave tonight, or in this night, sorry, as opposed to the night before. I think they might have been a little pissy about that loss to Kashima Saki, because I definitely felt that Syuri in particular was like in beast mode this night. She was angry. She was kicking hard. She was hitting hard. I don't think my Sakurai in particular, when she was being fed those kicks back and forth by Inaba and Syuri, I don't think she was understanding what was hitting her. I think she felt like a bus was hitting her, because it probably felt like it. Like it was a very aggressive side of Syuri that I haven't seen in quite some time. And to be honest, I hope it stays, because that's the aggression that I want to see out of a world champion. You know, I'm looking at a team, Karate Brave, who are apparently 2 world champions, and they're not in the top spot of the Goddess of Stardom tournament here. I find that very interesting, to say the absolute least. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about this guy.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next match in the tournament. And you have We Love Tokyo Sports at 4 points, Peach Rock at 4 points. Both teams are mathematically eliminated. End of the match came Miyu and Saki trade forearms. And then after a series of reversals, they start to exchange pin attempts. And Miyu gets Saki's move, that modified crucifix, on Saki and gets the win for her team. So ending it up with We Love Tokyo Sports with 4 points and Peach Rock with 6.
Because nothing quite says F you like stealing your own finish.
Like that's the move I've watched Saki steal finishes of on multiple different shows. So yeah. It was funny to see that.
Yeah, this was a fun match. I think I don't quite understand what it was Momo was trying to do at the beginning with the fans and the lights and whatever, but it was very apparent to me that Mayu had zero interest in
Hmm.
whatever bullshit she was doing. If I could be honest, Mayu, her own team member, seemed very annoyed with Momo by the end of it, even kicking her and like
Yeah,
shoving her
I was
after the
gonna
match.
mention that if she kicked her after the match, and I was just like, holy
Several
crap,
times.
she is
Several
not.
times. But
And
it
then
was
as
it,
they're leaving,
yeah.
like Momo's trying to go like this, like please forgive me, but it's like, don't be stupid, and she ain't gonna be pissed at you.
Yeah. And it was I think that was probably the story they were trying to spin in this one was a little dissension in the ranks or something there. Um I definitely felt that Saki, in particular, very aggressive towards Momo, in particular, through this match. I did appreciate the funny spot with Fukigen Death, where she got the ref to actually whip her into the corner while she's doing the death, Fukigen Death thing that she does. I thought that was hilarious because it never works out for her. I don't know why. Maybe that's the work in this is that that move never works for her. But yeah, fun match. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah. So we are moving on to the next match of the evening. Black Desire is mathematically eliminated.
Hmm.
They can play a spoiler to Mafia Bella here in this match. What Mafia Bella needs is a win, and they need Aphrodite to win in the following match. Because
Hmm.
if that happens, all three teams on top would end up with 10 points, and Mafia Bella has the tiebreaker win over both Aphrodite and Meltier. So that's what Mafia Bella needs in this match.
Hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal match. They just
Hmm.
both teams brawling to start this one out. Just like Starlight Kid ended up head scissoring Giulia out, and then Thekla ended up head scissoring Momo out the other side, and then they all just go out and brawl on the floor. Like I really like that little small spot that both players like took them out with the same move. Giulia ended up she back in the ring catches a PK kick from I think it was Momo,
Hmm.
and stands up and just hauls off and just slaps her in the face. Like I was like, oh, and then she applies this like an STF, but it is broken up, and then Mafia Bella hit the that hammerlock face buster where she's got her lift her up with has a hammerlock, and then Saki comes through and grabs the head and they smash their face into the ground. I was absolutely phenomenal. Like but they end up missing the sandwich forearms to Momo on the ground. She ducks out of the way, and they just like crack each other with the forearms. I was like, oh, it didn't look like it didn't look very nice. There was a assisted reverse end of days. I'm going to call it because they went the other way into the Uranagi Slam almost. By Black Desire, and then a Dude Buster by Momo. And then a Starlight Kid moonsault, but she only got two on Thekla. Starlight Kid then picks up Thekla, hits the Michinoku driver, and takes the win and spoils the night for Mafia Bella and ends up with more points in this tournament than Mafia Bella. Black Desire with 9, Mafia Bella with 8, and Giulia was busted open after the match. Did you see that?
Hmm.
On her forehead, there was like blood coming
It
out.
was like right in the
Like, it was
middle here.
right at the
She
edge
got
of
a
the
cut.
eyebrow or something like that.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was like
remember.
right at the beginning part of her eyebrow. She
Yeah,
got a little bit of a cut there. I don't know when it happened. I just happened to
me either.
notice. I was like, she looks like she's bleeding.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, this was again another one of the matches that I watched when I wasn't feeling well. So I watched the match and then tried to remember everything that happened at the end of it, which
A
when the
lot happened.
Starlight Kid and Thekla are involved, there's no remembering anything. They're just doing so much. Um, yeah, the only thing I had to add to this was Thekla's submission. I don't know what it is. It looks like some twisty bisty kind of crazy contortion thing is
Twisty
absolutely
bisty.
incredible.
I like the twisty bisty. I like the twisty
She
bisty.
gets you tied right up in there. There's hands everywhere. There's things behind your back. Like it's absolutely crazy. I absolutely love it. I don't know. I don't think that the I think it was Starlight Kid who was in it, and she didn't escape it. Momo had to come in and break it up because there's no way you can get out of that submission. But yeah, this was a fun match. Very, very fun match.
Mhm.
These girls were fighting for these points. You could tell the Black Desire really, really, really didn't want to let Mafia Bella, get up on them, and unfortunately, they were able to prevent them from it.
Mm-hmm. So we move on to the final Red Goddess Division match, and it is Aphrodite with 8 points, taking on Meltier with 10 points. It all comes down to this: if Aphrodite needs to win, if they win, they win. They even though tying with Meltier, they win by the tiebreaker for obviously getting the win. Meltier needs either a draw or a win to win the block. It's pretty simple, I'd say. I'll say after the entrance, I'm going to say this, and because I love these two, Natsupoi and Tam Nakano are officially the cutest tag team in the world. I love their entrance.
Don't want to tell that Ishimori Taiji and ELP.
I don't care. I don't care.
Oh no!
Screw those two.
Oh, the Muscle Chihuahua is not going to be happy with that.
I don't care. You can come if he wants to come here and give me a smack. I'll take it. But no, the cutest tag team in the world is now Meltier, 100%. Absolutely phenomenal match from both these teams. Meltier right off the hop, getting the double cartwheels into the sandwich drop kicks and the double flip neck breaker onto Saya Kamitani. Just there's so much happened in this match. Beautiful springboard crossbody by Saya Kamitani for Tam, getting a 2 count on it. Jesus, I got a bunch of notes here. I'm just trying to go through and pick up the.
I was going to say, please use them because I only have 2.
Yeah. Is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find good ones. Tam and Nak hit this double super kick on Utami and Saya, setting them to the floor. And this is where they go up and hit that beautiful, where they climb together into the middle of the ropes and hop off holding hands into that, the splashing their opponents on the outside. I love it. I love when they do that because you don't see most of them taking just go to the opposite corners and do the dives, but them climbing up the middle of the ropes together and just hopping off together. I like that that because there's that bond there when they do it. I love it. Double super kick by Meltier, and then Natsupoi hits an SOS. Shout out to Kofi Kingston right there with that flip over driver thing. But Utami ended up breaking up the pin. In the end, Utami hits a torture rack power bomb onto Tam Nakano, and then they hit the magic killer. And Saya goes up, hits the firebird splash, and gets the win. Aphrodite with 10 points, Meltier with 10 points. Aphrodite with the tiebreaker win, obviously from beating Meltier in this match. Aphrodite is your Red Goddess Division winners, ladies and gentlemen.
I called it. I told you so. This was a great match. Something I noticed, one of the notes I had here was Tam seemed very relaxed in this match. She seemed very happy. She seemed very smiley. Not to say that she's not that before, but usually when she's in a match, she's very serious. She's very focused on the match. She seemed very relaxed, very smiling, very at ease with who she was in the ring with, which shouldn't surprise us. I mean, she's fought Utami multiple times, one-on-one and in tag matches. The chemistry that they have together is undeniable. So they probably felt very, very comfortable in this match. And Natsupoi and Saya Kamitani, they probably have the same kind of camaraderie, having been with the company for as long as they have. The only other thing I wanted to say about this is that Tam's kicks are adorable. For as effective as they are very cute and adorable. I think we saw her feeding Kamitani a couple kicks while she was on the ground there, both to the front and back. Very cute, very well done, very effective, very fun match, and obviously, good job, Aphrodite.
Yeah. So before we hop into the finals, I'm just going to pull this up here, bring up my notes again. So here's the final point standing at the end of the tournament to give you a perfect the order. My Fair Lady with 0. We Love Tokyo Sports with 4. Peach Rock with 6. Mafia Bella with 8. Karate Brave with 9. Black Desire with 9. Meltier with 10. And Aphrodite, your winners of the Red Goddess Division with 10 points. And then over here in the Blue Goddess Division, you have Waka Wild and Wingori both with 4. O2 line, or both with 2, sorry. O2 line with 4. BMI 2000 with 8. The New Eras with 9. And then you have FWC and Miami with 10 points both. But your winners of the Blue Goddess Division are 7 up with 11 points, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to the final. We're going to the finals. They didn't give us the match cards. I made my own. It's pretty terrible. I'm not good at editing. That's why Mel does most of our actual editing, because I'm not good at designing stuff. But except for the backgrounds we have on here. But other than that, but the finals, it's Team 7 Up, Nanae. I can never say her name properly.
Nanae Takahashi, yeah.
Nanae Takahashi and you taking on the team of Utami Hayashishita and Saya Kamitani. Aphrodite, man, like this final was absolutely bonkers. I had such a great time watching this match. Utami and Saya coming out without their entrance gear, pretty much because they had just gone to the back, took like a few minute breather, and they're coming right back out. So they looked like they were worn out too. Even though like Nanae and you coming out still putting their gear back on, rolling out, looking all fresh because they've been sitting for an hour, just chilling, waiting for the
show.
They're just chilling, sitting for an hour while all the Red Goddess matches happen. I was just like, that sucks. But yeah, Nanae and you attacking Aphrodite, but Aphrodite both coming back with drop kicks right off the hop. You actually inadvertently splashes Nanae, and then Utami splashes both of them in the corner, and they get a beautiful double drop kick onto both of them. Nanae gets a nice dude buster onto Utami, but when she fell onto her, she literally landed ass on Utami's head. And I was a little scared that Utami wasn't going to be able to kick out because she got sent loopy, but she kicks out at 2. I was just like, ooh. Like, because she landed like butt first on her head. I was like, ooh, that looked rough.
That's the danger of being a larger person and falling down, like trusting the person to catch you like that.
Yeah, very much. I made a note. You must be a big fan of Okada because the wrist control. When she's doing the chops, she keeps that wrist control. That is, I absolutely love her holding the wrist control because she keeps control of her opponent when to bring him back up and chop him again. I absolutely loved it. But Utami, you goes for a clothesline on Utami, but she ducked it and then pulled you in and hit a beautiful angle slam onto you. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, I was like, mwah. The fact that she got her up onto her shoulders alone was impressive. Like, that was impressive in and of itself. Like, yeah. You with the running cross to both Saya and Utami, and then she goes and setting them to the outside, goes for the rollout, as I'm going to call it. But Saya and Utami just move out of the way. Like, I was just like, that's the smartest people yet to be dealing with the rollout because they just moved out of the way.
It's like they had a Samoa Joe inspiration in that moment where they just bye.
Just like, I'm good. I don't need to get rolled over. Holy shit! There is so many.
You've sat on my face enough. Is what that
there is so much more to this match. Like, it's crazy the amount of stuff that happens.
This match, it was one of those matches that never seemed to end. It was that good, and it went on
not in a bad. It was like 22 minutes or something like that, but it was a beautiful 22 minutes. There was this electric chair where Saya got up onto Utami's shoulders and she throws her off, but instead of going for the beautiful electric chair senton, they went and did an electric chair splash. So
yeah, and something I wanted to comment on that, one of my notes was, did you see that Saya Kamitani lost her balance while she got up there?
She saved herself while still on Utami's shoulders.
How? grabbing Utami's face like a freaking psychopath. Like, the look on Utami's face after that also, you may have to go watch just to have a good chuckle at that, because she wore every emotion from that moment on her face where it happened, and as soon as the hands came away, she was like, what the flying fruitcake was that?
Yeah.
And then she laughed about it. But you could see all of the emotions of anger, confusion. Why did you do that? Okay, whatever. We just got to get on with it, haha, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it amused me to see, because I would have done the exact same thing in this situation. I don't want to
Yeah.
fall on my head. So
Or end up poison running your partner. Yeah, that wouldn't be great.
exactly, that would
But yeah,
probably
yeah. So we'll get back into this match a little bit. You hits a beautiful cannonball on the side in the middle of the ropes, and then 7-Up hits the dual razor's edge, but Utami ended up breaking up the pin. Backdrop driver and sliding knee by Nanae to Utami, essentially taking Utami out of this match. Yu goes up to the second rope, hits the splash on the side, but Saya kicks out of like 2.9. Like, just that ref's hands coming like right here, and she kicks out. I was like, oh, I really thought it was over there. And then the end of it came. You hit the last ride power bomb onto Saya Kamitani, gets the stack pin and the win. 7-Up are your Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Tournament champions and will be challenging Meltier at the December 29th show.
they're gonna get destroyed. Like, I'm sorry, they're so sweet, but Tam Nakano standing on Natsupoi's shoulders does not even make the same size as you.
Well, if you combine the two of them together, I don't think they even weigh as much as Nanae does, let alone you.
No. And Nanae's pretty tall. Like, when the four of them got into the ring afterwards, it was very apparent the size differential between the two. Tam and Natsupoi not backing down, though. Very, very serious, very genuine in their acceptance of this is what they're going to be facing and what they're going to be doing. I felt that overall, going back to the match, though, the match was an absolutely incredible match for these four women, let alone the two winners. I did I did have a chuckle at the fact that the rings didn't really stay on any one of their fingers. You kept losing hers and dropping it throughout the celebration. I think if you can actually, oh, that's her nail. Never mind. I was gonna say, is that on the tip of her finger there? But no, that's her fingernail. That's fine. Nanae also just kind of had it like half down on her middle finger, like yeah. I loved it. Good for them too. I mean, we did call that these two would be dominant in this tournament, and they did not let us down in that respect.
And I absolutely look forward to the match coming on December 29th, man. I am incredibly excited for that match. Like,
well, let's talk about it.
I think it's going to be absolutely a bonkers card. And it's on the screen now. Boom. There we go. That's actually the official poster for this show. Beautiful poster, by the way. Like, I like that they took them and then kind of created did whatever they did to the picture and to create looks almost like it's drawn almost, but it's a edited picture. I absolutely love that. But yeah, you have the Stardom Dream Queendom show on December 29th, 2022. I am absolutely excited for this show because a lot of great stuff. It was an incredible card. So it starts out with a Stardom Rumble. It essentially is same as any New Japan show. It starts out with a Rumble just to get the people that aren't on the card, right? This is starting out with a Rumble. And then first match of this is all according to Stardom's schedule thing. First match of the evening, the returning Mina Shirakawa, baby. She is back. She's scheduled to be back, teaming up with Saki. Unagi Sayaka. Sorry, not Saki. It's Unagi Sayaka, isn't that? I messed that up. I literally wrote Saki in my notes. I'm a dummy.
Mm.
But teaming up with Unagi Sayaka to take on Thekla and Mai Sakurai. Man, causing Angels versus DDM to be the first official non-Rumble match on the show. I'm very much looking forward to this because I love me some Mina Shirakawa. I am so happy she's back.
It'll be nice to see her back, and it'll be nice to see Unagi back also, since she said that she was going to start going and touring elsewhere. So it's nice to see her coming back.
Yeah, I think for her, she's saying that she was like done as a permanent member of Stardom. She never said she wasn't going to come back for matches, but she did say she was no longer going to be part of the main Stardom roster. But bring her in as teaming with Mina is a question mark, because I think the last time they teamed up, Unagi ended up ripping Mina's shirt off during that water balloon fight match where they were supposed to be a team. So she kind of turned on her partner in that one. So like, I don't know if she should trust her going into this match.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I like my tatas where they are, thank you.
Yeah, so from here we go on to I'm calling the Stars versus Stars match. If you look at everybody in this match, they're all from the Stars faction. You have Miyu Iwatani, Hanan, and Momokogo taking on Hazuki, Koguma, and Iida. I am really pulling for the team of Hazuki, Koguma, and Iida. That's a powerful team right there.
You're not just saying that because that shoulder boulder is out on display on Iida there, are you?
That might be part of it.
This is a very interesting team because, like, I look at this foundation of the Stars team, and I see Momo and Hanan as being kind of the babies of the group, and Hazuki and Koguma kind of being the big sisters of the group. So it's a very interesting combination to have them separated into. It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The funny fact is, like, now Iida's about to face the woman she was been tagging with all through this tag league too, which is the funny part. So like, you're essentially breaking up. Yeah. It's two of the tag teams that were in this tag league, and then you're breaking up one of the tag teams to make the six woman tag. But I look forward to it. Again, I think it's gonna be a fun spot and a great feature especially for Hanan, Momo, and Iida, especially on the biggest card of the year. I think it's a great spot for them to be in, to really showcase them. And then we are getting a triple threat tag Goddess of Stardom #1 contenders match. So the winner of this will be the next team to face whoever wins the Goddess of Stardom tag team title match on the December 29th card. So you have Maika and Himeka, my Hemis from Don Del Mundo. Then you have the New Era's Mirai and Amy Sohrei from Gaze. Then you have Natsuko Tora and Ruraka from Oedo Tai, BMI 2000. Dang. This is going to be a heck of a match, I think.
It's very, very interesting to see three powerhouse teams going to be taking on each other. Was this kind of decided based on like standings from the tournament, or?
I really don't. Again, I mean, press conference happened, but I missed
being there.
Yeah, but I don't know. And my Hemi makes sense being there because they were right at the top too. New Eras were, I think they came out with 9 points, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'll be a great match, though. I'm excited for it.
I think it really, in my opinion, it's just three really strong teams who I truly believe, if it's 7-Up, these are three teams I believe that could go toe-to-toe with 7-Up. And if it is Meltier, these are three teams I think could beat the crap out of Meltier, but maybe lose. But yeah, absolutely. I think absolutely going to be an absolutely phenomenal match on the card. But I think the next match you're going to be very interested with, Mel, and that is Kairi taking on Utami Hayashishita. Yeah, I am looking forward to this match, man. This is going to be.
Yeah, because these are two women who don't know how to say no and back down. You got the Red Queen in my personal favorite, Hayashishita, and then Kairi, who's just known. I mean, she won the IWGP Women's Championship on a sprained ankle and had one of the most incredible matches of her career with a sprained ankle. Imagine what she can do now that she's healed. So, yeah, this match is going to be absolutely off the chain. This will be one you want to not miss out on. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I'm absolutely. This is going to be incredible. I think because like Utami Hayashishita is awesome, and I've been a big fan of Kairi for years through all
Mhm.
her run over here in North America. So next match is for the High Speed Championship. It's Azumi taking on Hikari Shimizu, as we saw on the we talked about earlier.
The
Yeah, she
finals.
came out to challenger, and yeah, we're getting it here on the December 29th big show of the year, man. This looks
Mhm.
I don't know much about this Hikari Shimizu, but Azumi, we know we know what to expect, and she's probably going to step it up even more than usual because she's defending her title.
100%. 100%. These high speed matches are always something you want to watch just because it takes that kind of cruiserweight mentality and almost like times 10. It,
Oh, very much so.
they, yeah, the just things that they are able to perform, that they do, the creativity, the uniqueness, it's just heads and tails above. You don't want to miss this match.
I feel like it's a cross between a cruiserweight and X Division style. It's got the different, like the
I could
very
see that, yeah.
different feel of an X Division style match, but it has the speed of a cruiserweight match. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, it's,
Mm-hmm.
I very much feel the high speed is. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely phenomenal. Then we got an Artist of Stardom Tag Team Champion, or
Oh,
Artist of Stardom title match. It is Oedo Tai's Starlight Kid, Momo Watanabe, and Saki Kashima taking on Prominence, Risa Sera, Suzu Suzuki, and Kurumi Hiragi. Dude,
oh, these girls are dead. They're done.
I like I am behind Prominence in this. I can't. I
Who's
don't.
ready
And
to
I
get
nothing against Way to
belted?
tie. This is. I have a feeling it's gonna be some crazy shit from Prominence. There's gonna be some cheating from Way to tie. This is
There's going
gonna
to be
get
an
nuts.
airplane spin in the crowd.
Yeah. It's. I don't know if it's a special match or not. I really am.
I mean, I'm sure we can. I can try
Oh,
and
did I have the
figure
wrong
it out.
poster up? God damn it!
What's that?
I literally it's on. That's the poster from. That's the God damn it! I had the wrong goddamn poster. You wrote something in the private chat. Oh, I'm a
Focus
dumbass.
on what we're looking at.
I just saw it. I'm a dummy. I'm sorry.
Focus what we're looking at there. Let's
No,
talk
but
about the
dude,
demise of a way to tie.
this is gonna be insanity.
I mean, let's look at the teams. Let's break them down. The smallest person on prominence is Suzu Suzuki. Suzuki. That's a name you do not want to see standing across the ring from you. But you have Starlight Kid, who is quite literally the smallest person on Oedo Tai. But then you have Kashima Saki, who's also pretty small in her own respect. I feel like Momo is going to be doing a lot of the work to protect her people because she's not going to be able to do anything else. Risa, I definitely feel that someone is going to end up in a spin and someone's
Mm-hmm.
heads are probably going to come dangerously close to some chairs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, prominence is not the ladies to mess with. Like Oedo Tai
Think the
has quite
ladies
the
to mess with.
reputation, but they Oedo Tai is like, I don't know, misdemeanors compared to prominence's felonies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
they're both doing wrong, but one of them is going to do a lot more wrong.
because like I'm looking at the schedule card right now on the Stardom website, and there's nothing saying there's any special uh like stipulation.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if maybe something will happen. I don't know, but it could. It's going to be anyway. It stands. It's going to be an insane match.
100%.
And we move on to the match we just talked about.
Mhm.
Meltier taking on 7-Up for the Goddess of Stardom Championships. Oh my god. Oh my
Mhm.
god. This is going to be bonkers good.
Yeah. 100%, yes. Like I said, though, the size difference is a very, very big issue for me. That's not to take away from Meltier. They have definitely proven that their size does not matter. But Yu has also made it very apparent that her size, very much so, matters. And not only is she a large and in charge woman, she's freaking fast.
Hmm?
Um, and I don't think that Natsupoi and Tam are quite ready for for the kind of speed and power that both of these women have, let alone you in her own respect. I'm very concerned for for Melt here and their personal safety. But this match is going to be quite off the chain. You guys, Andre, what do you think?
Like, I look at this as like if you took Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio and put them up against like Kane and the Big Show. That's like it in like that's the comparison to men's professional wrestling and what I could think, because it's just that size difference is going to be insane, and the like 7-Up is going to beat Melt here up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dominic. Let's not talk about Dominic.
I'm just saying for size comparison. Not he sucks, but I'm saying for size comparison. But your co-main event of the evening, your semi-main event, Wonder of Stardom title, you have Saya Kamitani from Queen's Quest taking on Hikaru Umasaki from Diana.
Oh, interesting.
I am not familiar with this Hikaru Umasaki.
I think I've heard of Diana. I know I've heard that name before in professional wrestling.
Yeah, I am very unfamiliar. Like, I think it's a promotion maybe, but I'm not.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's a World Women Pro Wrestling Diana. Yeah, so they're another Japanese pro wrestling, like Just Tap Out or like NJPW. 100%. Yeah.
I'm just looking up the Hikaru Umasaki at the moment. Yeah, she works for World's Women Wrestling Diana and then Pro Wrestling Wave also. But yeah,
Wave, yes.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with her. She was on a couple.
You came from?
Yes. Oh no, I'm just saying I'm not familiar with this Hikaru.
Oh, okay.
Lady. She wrestled on the Stardom New Blood show in March. Then she was in the Cinderella Rumble match on the second night of the Stardom World Climax in March too. But that's all she's been in Stardom so far, at least that I can tell. So yes, she's had a couple matches, but yeah, again, I look forward to seeing it because every time we see women's wrestling is awesome.
And Saya Kamitani will definitely put on a show too.
Yeah, I'm insanely excited for this, and I put my thing open in the back. And your main event of the evening, my main event. I'm excited. You have the World of Stardom champion Syuri taking on the woman that's going to defeat her in Giulia. I am excited. I am not hiding it in any single way. I am 100% behind Giulia in this match. Let's go. I want to watch this match so badly.
You love Giulia.
She's awesome, man.
That's what she says. Remember, that's what she says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this match will be an awesome kind of clash for these two women. I've been waiting for them to kind of get back into it again since God's Eye kind of formed and they separated and all that stuff. I'm very curious to see how these two can perform together again. They always seem to be able to do something wild and different every time they step into the ring together. So I'm curious to see what they do this time.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely phenomenal. I'm again super excited for this show, and I want to make a mention. When we do review this show, I have a friend of mine that's going to be joining us here. My good friend, or a buddy I've gotten to know well over these last couple of years, from SNME Radio, Boris Aguilar is going to be joining. If things fall apart, they might happen. But as of right now, Boris Aguilar is going to join us to break down this wonderful show, and we are going to have this match, this show out a lot sooner than we normally do. We are not going. I am planning to buy the pay-per-view itself so we can watch it day of or within the day of this airing, so we can get this recorded and up as soon as possible, so we don't have to wait the three or 4 days for it to drop on Stardom-World. I am super excited to welcome Boris on to here and chat Stardom with him because I know he's a huge fan, but I just can't wait to watch this card overall, man. And this tag league has been absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion, getting to watch all these tag teams do wonderful things. And man, it's just been an awesome run of Stardom professional wrestling that we have gotten to watch, that we've been covering here since the summer. I've loved it.
I have to agree. It's been quite the journey for us along this tournament. And let me tell you, I said it with the NJBW one. I am exhausted and I've enjoyed the ride, but man, I'm happy that the ride is temporarily coming to an end. Melball needs the sleep.
Yeah, it's been a lot of professional wrestling to watch, but I don't hate on watching it because
No?
I've absolutely loved watching all that we've watched.
Mhm.
So later this week, this coming Wednesday, we will have coming out the final 4 nights of the World and Super Junior Tag Leagues. We will have a review coming out on Wednesday, and then on Friday, on coming out will be a review of the finals of both the World and Stardom Tag League show, because we want to go over the entire card that's going to be highlighted by Carl Anderson versus the Hickey Man Hikuleo. Mel's very happy about that.
Can't tell which one I'm least excited to see the most of.
I want to see Hikuleo win the title. I know that.
I would rather see Hikuleo with the title right now than Carl Anderson.
Oh, me too. Don't get me wrong, but I say that's why I went like this.
NJPW's
But yeah,
titles belong in NJPW people.
Very much so. I agree, but there's a high chance that Carl Anderson might hold it to Wrestle Kingdom.
I hope he loses at Wrestle Kingdom. I hope he goes back to WWE to be just AJ Styles' little lackey. That's what he's good at. Money. Hey? You know what? I really don't care. If he makes more money there being a lackey, I don't care, because that means he takes the big dumb doc with him. I don't need to see him either. Works.
There you go.
I don't watch WWE, so I won't suffer.
There we go.
Win-win for everyone if he loses.
So before we go, I need to get some. We want to give some shout outs. Rogue Energy, first off, in the bottom right corner there. Scan the QR code. You get, and if you use the promo code OLEPODS, you get 10% off your order. You can get the Mina Shaker Kava Special, as I like to call it. You get 6 free samples coming with it, I think, when you order this. Awesome cup. I love it. And so far, all the Rogue Energies that I've taken, I've been tasty as living heck. The one I'm scared to taste, scared to drink, is the black cherry, because I'm not a big cherry fan, but I'm gonna try it.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of flat black cherry Dr. Pepper.
Actually, like black cherry Dr. Pepper is one of the few cherry things I actually do like. So there we go.
So I highly recommend giving it a try.
Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to our friends over at OLE Pods, OLE Podcast, our local establishment. Thank you so much for being partnered with us and everything you do, for supporting everything we do. And we want to give a shout out to them on Instagram, OLE Podcast, on Twitch at twitch.tv/ our local establishment. And TikTok will eventually be coming around at some point in this world. We do not know when that's going to start. We have it, but we haven't done anything with it yet. I also want to give a huge shout out to my good friend and Mel's good friend, Mike the Ref, our boy right up here over at Backbreaker Video. Boy, man, thank you so much for everything you're doing, simulcasting all our shows. You might be watching us on Backbreaker Video right now, so if you are, check us out on Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. But with Mike, you can also check him out at twitch.tv/ Mike the Ref. He does wonderful things, doing all the streams he does, playing video games, his AEW Dynamite Watch Along every Wednesday. Please check him out and support the man.
And Andre, if we're wanting to follow you on social media, where are we going to find you, my friend?
I am at That Canada Guy on Twitter, at That Canada Dude, Instagram, That Canada Guy on random like Mastodon and a couple other new fangled buttons that I haven't learned yet. But yeah, you can find me on those because I just wanted the handle.
That's fair. That's fair. And if you're wanting to follow the Melball here, you can find me on Twitter at Collins Melball, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Melball Collins. You can also follow us on our Facebook fan page, or Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk. There, we post all of the links to our videos that we upload, our shorts, as well as just random fun topics that we want to invite you guys to talk about. Um, do we have anything else? Do I have anything else? Think, think, think. I don't think I do.
Me either.
Mel's having a bit of a brain fart right now. So, that being said, I think we have come to the end of our Stardom final review here for the Goddess of Stardom Tournament finals. I am your Melball. That is Andre over there. We will see you next time. Adios.